How do you stay ahead in real estate when you feel like you have to keep everything you do a secret because the minute you do it, someone steals it? Does it irk you when your stuff is stolen and people say, oh, you should be flattered when this happens? Irks me. So let's dive in today, right now, into how you can stay ahead of the game, even when unethical thieves, because that's what they are, even when unethical thieves are trying to build their business off of your back. Hi, I'm Christina with Leads and Leverage, and I help real estate agents create more time, make more money, and love every moment of the journey, even through having to deal with these unethical hooligans, for lack of a better word. Today, we're going to dive into what to do and why. Why am I talking about this? Well, I'll tell you, we're talking about this because this has happened to me all the time in multiple businesses, and even more so with Leads and Leverage. So what do? How do you deal with it? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You guys are awesome. And as always, I have something for you. If you want the notes from today, I go through the whole checklist of all the stuff I'm going to talk about. If you want those notes, send your notes in the comments below. This only works if you're on Facebook. So if you're watching this on any other medium, I'm sorry, I might have a link there for you to get it, but if you're watching this on Facebook, you can get the notes. Send your notes. Just type that in the comments. Hi, Misty. Hi, everybody. You guys are awesome. So do you feel like you have to keep everything you do a secret? Because I know there's we talk about growth mindset or abundance mindset versus scarcity mindset. And we talked about that and not worrying so much about what people copy of yours. So we have kind of two things going on here. On the one hand, we feel like we have to keep everything secret or anything that we do secret because people copy us. On the other hand, we don't want to get into this scarcity mindset and keep stuff super secret because that's a scarcity mindset. We want to help people who want to be helped. So how do you help other people pull them up with you? And how do you prevent that theft or those unethical hooligans from doing what they're doing? So here's the reality, you guys. When people say, oh, you should be flattered when people steal your stuff, you should be flattered. No, you shouldn't be flattered because it's not flattering. It's theft. It's flat out theft. First things first, there will always be copycats. Always. There is literally nothing you can do to stop the copycats. Okay. There will always be. Let me give you an example. 30 years ago when we had our retail stores. I'm telling you, the minute we got something in the store, a similar store got it right away. They would always be looking at us or, as at competitors to figure out what to get into their store. So there was always copying. So we were never, ever really, truly unique in that sense, in the products that we had. So it happened in retail. It happened in our real estate business. We're looking at my notes. It happened in our real estate business because I didn't want to write down too many times that it happened because I didn't want to dwell on how that made me feel. But the truth is it happened in our real estate business. Every time we would release, in fact, here's what's hilarious. In 2009, when we started our brokerage, when we opened our own brokerage, we got a logo made and we got our signs made, and no other signs looked like ours. No other logos looked like ours. Now, it's 9 years later, 2018, and when I drive around, it blows my mind at the number of signs that look like ours and the number of logos that look like ours. So it's just interesting how people copy what other people are doing instead of doing their own stuff. Okay, so now everybody all looks the same again. And in real estate, when that happens, you do want your signs to stand out. You want people to see what's going on. But again, there will always be copycats. Now for Leads and Leverage. This has happened all the time. And recently, it just still blows me away that people do this, but there are people not just who harvest the idea. We're going to talk about harvesting an idea and making it your own versus actually stealing it. I'm talking about actually stealing it. People who follow me on Leads and Leverage, and they're literally taking, all the notes that I give you guys, the downloads that I give you guys, they're taking those, they're just repackaging them. And by repackaging, I mean, they're putting them on a different color document and putting different icons in there. They're using the same words, exact, like how I call my ads, different ads that I call them that I invented and created. They're using those. The fact that they're trying to teach the process, different processes that I'm teaching you guys, they're trying to do that too. So there's always copying. I've had people constantly do that, constantly. So here's the truth. They're going to fail. They're absolutely going to fail. Now, why are they going to fail? Well, they're going to fail because for a number of reasons, which I'm going to highlight here, but they're going to fail because they're always looking for what someone else is doing, but they have no idea if what that someone else is doing is working. They see the surface of success, but they don't see what is getting you there. So they don't see what's getting you there. Number one. Now, you're so far ahead of them. If they're copying you, they're copying what you already did, what you already created. You're so far ahead of them that they're not going to catch up. They're seriously not going to catch up. You need to keep moving forward and don't look back. That is the key. You have to keep moving forward and don't look back. You need to not be reactionary. I had to get the words right. Because what you focus on expands. If you focus on your frustration and your anger and trying to go after them, they've won. Do you know why they've won? Because you just put your time and energy and possibly your money in chasing them down instead of keep moving forward and moving ahead. Also, they don't understand you. They don't understand you, your focus, your goals. So they have no idea how these pieces apply in your business. They might get the surface idea, but they don't know how they apply in your business. And I'm going to give you examples from my business in all of this, okay? And here's the biggest one. Here's the biggest one, you guys. They don't have your superpower. What do I mean? Well, each one of us has a superpower. Each one of us comes with something that's unique to us that we're really good at. And I'm not talking about negotiation. I'm not talking about selling ice to an Eskimo. I'm talking about what are you really good at? Are you really good at hearing what people need and helping them with that? Are you really good at energizing people? That tends to be my superpower. I tend to put energy into people, and I love doing that. There are people who are great encouragers. There are people who are really good at just all kinds of different things. So they don't have your superpower. So they can say your same message, but it's going to fall flat, which means they're going to fail because they can't replicate you. They cannot do it. That is why your unique selling proposition in real estate is not, I help real estate, I help people do this, I help people do that. Your unique selling proposition, your unique selling proposition is you. So what you've got to figure out is what do you bring to the table? I know I bring energy, I bring encouragement, I bring passion, and I bring the ability for people to see that, yes, they can do it. That's my superpower. What's yours? No one else can copy you. You have to wear blinders and you have to focus on your end goal. Here's the thing. When I was watching the videos that this person was sharing using my lead magnets, by the way, or my templates and my checklists, etc., I'm watching the videos and I'm like, they don't even understand what they're teaching. Like they're reading through this, but they don't understand it. They don't get it. They don't know. So yeah, okay. So they might get some business from it and whatever, but they don't actually understand the why behind it. This is what I found in real estate. When I was doing videos in real estate and we were getting a lot of come list me calls, I did a lot of videos about how to price your property. And I'll be frank with you. Most of y'all do not know how to actually price a property. You got to learn this. A lot of times we just think it's all about just the comps, but we forget that the comps, once they've closed, they are an additional 30 to 60 days older, because the closing price, that's the price that the offer was made 30, 45, 60 days before, sometimes longer. And so we have to take that into effect. We have to take into the effect, how fast is the market going up, market going down? How many are days on market expanding, even by 1 or 2 days? All of these elements are, what's the competition? If everything's going flat, but there is literally nothing in your price range and it's a popular price range, totally different story. Just all kinds of different elements in there for pricing. And that is what I focused on for teaching people, which was why we dominated expireds. That's why we got all the expireds that we ever pursued, because they knew that if they priced it the way we said to price it, we were getting 99.8% of the list to sale price. They weren't having to reduce their prices, and they were making more money than the people who priced high and had to go down. And we were able to show that through data, etc. We had other people try to copy it, but they didn't understand it. And you could tell based on how they were presenting the ideas. Everything I teach you guys, everything is something I know and use and believe intimately. I do not go and curate information from other people and parrot it back out at you. That is what your competitors are doing when they copy you, when they pull your stuff and they try to pass it off as their own. They don't know what they're doing. They don't understand. They're going to fail. I've had people join our membership and try to copy everything we do and then sell it as their own. They failed. I've had people try to use our stuff as lead magnets. They failed. They don't have a long game in mind. They don't have the passion and the drive for it that I do. They want the money. They don't understand why I'm doing this and why I'm willing to push through the dirt. So they can't copy me. They don't understand. They don't have a passion for you guys. They don't actually care if you're with a broker, your own business or not. They don't care if the pieces that you're using are autonomous and be able to be moved if something happens in your brokerage. They don't actually understand how to build a business because they're not building one. They're just trying to copy and make a quick buck. That is the same thing with real estate agents. When they try to copy you, when they see someone who they think is having success, or they know they're having success, this is why we got copied all the time. But the funny thing was, nobody ever fully copied it. Direct mail. They would see on the surface that we had all of these transactions and we were doing direct mail. They would get 1 or 2 pieces of our direct mail and try to duplicate it, not realizing that those 1 or 2 pieces were like 1 or 2 out of 24 that happened that year. So they don't get it. They don't understand the strategy. So here's the thing. When people copy you like this, there's a couple different things. When people copy you, you just ignore them. You have to literally ignore them, let them go their own way. Do what you can to ban and block them. And, from your page, your email list, etc. But that's it. Let no more thought go on to that. In fact, you should use it as fuel to go, they're not going to make a business because they're not actually building a business. They're just copying you. So use that as fuel for you to keep going. And always remember, you are way ahead of them. You are so far ahead of them that that's why they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the years that you put into the business. I watch people now. I started July 30th of 2013 is when I bought the domain for Leads and Leverage. And I didn't start actually putting out content and teaching until September of that year. So the business, we've been 5 years, I guess 5 years since we bought the domain, 4.5 years since we actually launched Leads and Leverage membership. And it's really been really interesting to watch the people come and go, and copy my stuff and come and go. And there are other people that they copy, different people copy, but for whatever reason, they've copied this. Now, I know why some people copy me, because they like the energy, they like the stuff, and they think, ooh, I want that money. But again, they don't have the passion. They don't have the understanding of where I'm coming from and why I'm teaching what I'm teaching. It's the exact same thing with you. People who try to copy you, when you create something and you want to use it for your prospects, your clients, or whatever, you're doing it because you've had people ask that question, struggle with that problem, and you want to solve it. So you have an intimate knowledge with why you're using something. Now, what's the difference between harvesting ideas and stealing? Okay. So harvesting ideas, when you see somebody else do a blog post or a lead magnet or a video on pricing, we'll just use pricing, and you spend the time watching it. Don't spend a lot of time watching your competitor's stuff. I do not watch anybody's stuff who might possibly be conceived as a competitor to me. I do not want to be influenced by them. I do not want their opinions. Every once in a while, I'll read a headline and a couple different things, and I'll either agree with it or disagree with it. When I disagree with it, I read more, because I'm definitely going to come out with, no, this person is teaching you this and that is wrong. But as for everything else, I don't want to know what they're doing. I don't, because I don't want to be influenced by it. I have my reason for doing leads and leverage. I have my business focus, and that is to empower you as a business owner, as a business builder, that you can have the life that you want and build a business, create more time, make more money, and love the journey. That is why I'm doing this. So when you're in real estate, why are you doing it? Are you doing it? Now, my underlying reason, I love this business. I love helping you guys, but my underlying reason is I like the flexibility so that I can spend, my most important thing is my husband and my kids. That is my most important thing. And my sister, her husband, and my parents. My family is most important to me. And so every business that I've ever had has made sure that my priority has been my family, so that I could build the business around my family. And that's what I want for you guys. So what do you want? You don't have to love all of the people that you're working with, but you do need to love the journey. And so you need to figure out what that is. For me in real estate, I didn't actually love real estate. What I loved about real estate is that I loved getting people into something that they enjoyed, like getting them into their house, because that's exciting and people like that. And I love the fact that I could work from home and be with my kids. For the most part, I did the listings, Chuck did the buyers. If you have to do both, you can schedule it around your schedule. You have that flexibility. But this is the key. When you're looking at people who are copying what you're doing, you have to actually wear blinders. You have to wear blinders, and you have to keep moving forward. And you have to remind yourself, yes, they're going to fail. People who are constantly trying to do what other people are doing instead of doing their path, they fail. They do. They're one of the 87% that fails because they've never identified what is in it for them, except that I want to copy that and have that with money. That's it. There's no compelling passion behind it. And it's not necessarily finding your why, but you do need to understand your motivations. So it's really, really important that you put blinders on and you ignore these people completely. Don't chase them down. Don't worry about it. When we had photos stolen, we actually had our attorney involved with that, because a lot of agents think that they can just borrow somebody's photos, etc. So we basically we set it up with our attorney whenever there was a copyright theft, etc. Now with me and with this national business and stuff, at this point, I have it set up, but I have not enacted it. So we'll see what happens with that. It depends on how far it goes before I'm actually going to put energy into it. Because again, I want to keep moving forward. They will never be where I'm at. They'll never have the passion that I have for what I'm doing or the why. It's the exact same with you. People would try to copy our email campaigns. People would try to copy our expired campaigns. People would try to copy our FSBO campaigns. People would try to copy our investor campaigns. They would try to copy all the stuff, but they never got it. They didn't understand our goal. They didn't understand our passion. They didn't have the knowledge. So as working with investors, 1 to 4 unit properties, we had a lot of knowledge in that. And we had a team that had a lot of knowledge in that. And so when people were like trying to copy it, they wouldn't understand, wouldn't be able to answer the questions that these investors ultimately had. So they would fail. So just be aware that when people copy you, they're only copying what they see on the surface. They cannot be you. They can't be you. They don't have your experience. They don't have your knowledge. They don't have your reputation. They just don't. They don't have your education. They don't have any of it. They cannot be you. So have I said it enough that it doesn't matter so much if people are copying you, that you need to focus on your path? Don't put your energy towards them. You keep your energy on your path. Keep your energy focused on what you're doing, what you're moving forward to do. So if you want to make sure that you stay ahead, that you're going to sneak past your colleagues, they're not going to know what happens, because yes, you can sneak past them, and you're going to end up dominating Facebook. If that's what you want, then you need to join us in the vault. Link above and link in the comments below. You need to join us in the vault so that you stay ahead of the game, so that you're always staying ahead. Facebook changes constantly. That's why I'm laughing at these people who are trying to teach what I taught 6 months ago, because Facebook's changed. Things are different. Some things are the same, but they don't understand the overall strategy. So they're just looking at the tactics. That's why you need to be with us inside the vault, inside Leads and Leverage, so that you stay ahead. So link above, link in the comments below, or link beside, wherever the link is in the video description. If you guys have questions, remember, this is live every day in August. I'm going live every single day in August, for the most part at 10 a.m. Pacific time. There will be 1 or 2 days where I already had something scheduled and won't be able to do that. But I will be live every day in August. If you have questions that you want me to answer, ask them in the comments below, and I will make one of them. I'm going to try to make one of them one of our live questions that I answer, or one of our live focuses this month. You guys are awesome. You guys are fabulous. Without you, I wouldn't need to be here. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Again, if you want the notes, type send your notes. I'll send them to you via Messenger. Have a great day, you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Wait, yeah, today's Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.